Can you believe it? It's been 10 months now since the line between Sydenham and Bankstown was closed. And in July 2025, Sydney Metro announced that the conversion of Bankstown Station has reached 80% completion. And at the same time, they said more than 700 kilometres of metro train testing has taken place across different parts of the southwest line. They may need to work on that wheel squeak a little bit more. So now, 10 months in, let's take a trip again along the line. I'm Marty, and welcome to BACKTRACKS. We know that there are 3 metro lines currently under construction in Sydney, Australia. And to build one of the 3, the T3 line was closed in September 2024 for what was meant to be 12 months, but more like now 18 months, to convert from driver-operated trains to driverless metros as part of the Metro North West and Bankstown line. This week I took another trip along the line. Well, actually, after a few recent trips, I've been a bit ho-hum of what's been going on. But this time, quite a bit was happening all along the line. So let's start at Marrickville. And who doesn't love watching power washing videos online or doing it yourself? So rewarding. And it would be fun to do the roof of a railway station like these two were doing when I visited Marrickville this week. But not much at platform level. And I'd lamented that I'd not seen metro trains running in all my visits. But in talking with Sydney train staff this weekend, they said that I should visit in the weekdays because not many run on the weekend. But thank you to Tom for sending this video through. I really appreciate it. So let's head to the next stop, Dulwich Hill, and let's start at the top. The main changes are on the overbridge. And we've covered that in previous videos with tall, clear fences installed on the Wardell Road overpass. But the fence between the footpath and the road has yet to be installed. And works have commenced on the original steel and concrete steps from Wardell Road entrance down to the station platform. I guess it might have lead paint or something on it, so that's why they've got a clean room bubble. I'm just speculating there. And it looks like the station entrance on the southern side, which is already open to the west, might open soon to the east. I missed Helston Park this time, but Canterbury, well, plenty of station platform works here. When I visited, they were digging trenches along the platform and removing the spoil through the open doors to waiting trucks on the railway line. Quite a bit going on. And according to Sydney Metro, across all the 10 southwest stations, site works are progressing well, with equipment being energised to support the testing and commissioning of key communication systems like the public address system, the PA, and the CCTV systems. And I could see quite a lot of comms cables, mostly orange, along the stations on this visit. And at Campsie, I got a big reward. Finally, for me anyway, I have now seen a metro train on the line. Well, it wasn't going, but I think it was just sleeping over there overnight. But at least it's a start, and Campsie had a lot of platform works going on as well, with landscaping all around the platforms. And Sydney Metro said that train testing will continue, and this phase is what they call kinematic envelope testing, which is to ensure that the train has sufficient clearance from things like station platforms. And I would have thought that had been passed by now on the very first train trip. But I guess that changes as the train increases speed. But anyway, as I said, more than 700 kilometres of testing has taken place at speeds between 5 and 25 kilometres an hour. Oh, and by the way, thank you to Sydney Metro for supplying these awesome drone shots. And they say the next critical phase of testing is set to start in coming weeks, with a focus on the advanced signalling system that will enable fully driverless metro services. And visiting Belmore, one of my favourite places because I can always get a great view of the station, but not yet today. Overhead works with the new overhead barriers have been installed, and the station platform looks in good nick, so I'm not sure they're going to do much more work here on the platform. After passing one of the many bridges also having works to convert the line to metro operation, we reach Lakemba, and work has now started on the street level part of the station, with quite a bit of work around the station entrance of digging trenches, but also on the overhead bridge where there's a big new black balustrade, I guess you could say, that's obscuring the view. But I managed to squeeze the camera through and you could see that asphalt has been freshly laid on the platform. I don't think it's long till Lakemba is finished. And on to Wiley Park, a bit of a similar story. You can see quite a bit of groundworks around the station platform happening, digging trenches and so forth. But the station platform itself, not so much. And the above ground station entrance, well, not much has happened there for a very, very long time. And then on to Punchbowl. Well, after many disappointing trips to Punchbowl, things were really happening when I visited. You can see here that a truck on the railway line is bringing hot asphalt, and a digger is bringing that over onto the station platform where workers were filling in the new station. So plenty going on at Punchbowl, including works on the above station building, which is coming along very well. And as we always do, let's end at Bankstown. And as I always say, there's plenty happening here when we arrive, a great reward. Recently, we celebrated the reopening of the T6 shuttle line between Bankstown and Lakemba, formerly part of the old T3 line. Now that that platform extension is done, focus can be on the eastern end of the station where the new Sydney Trains and Sydney Metro buildings are being constructed with their linking pedestrian plaza. Sydney Metro says that more than 100 workers are on site daily working on this site. At the Sydney Metro building, recent progress has meant that the building has reached its final construction stage, with paving of the concourse underway and the installation of 19 new opal gates. They also say that interior fit-out works are progressing for the ceilings and the back of house rooms. And on the 170 metre long metro platform, which is already lined with the platform screen doors, work is ongoing to complete the platform tiling and the glazed balustrades. And in the Sydney Metro building, which is located directly opposite the new metro entrance, it is also nearing completion, with the ceiling being installed and the gate line preparation works to commence soon. And now that the two buildings are nearing completion, work at the site will next shift to the delivery of the 90 metre long tree-lined pedestrian plaza. That's quoting Sydney Metro. And earthworks have already started to level out the area for the new plant life and the concourse. And thanks also to Sydney Metro for supplying some awesome time-lapse film of the construction of the station buildings. Appreciate your support, guys. Well, there you have it. And thanks for watching. And if you haven't already and you'd like to, please like and subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you next time when BACKTRACKS takes another look at the new South West Metro line. See you later.